Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Gino. I am here in Acton and TV station, and I'd like to introduce you Rebecca Lynch. She's an executive director, and she deals with Boys and Girls Club Assabet Valley. Am I correct?
That's correct.
And I appreciate you coming, and I want you to tell me a story. What is your job?
Okay.
So people will understand.
Well, the Boys and Girls Club of Assabet Valley is, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary as the leading child care provider in Assabet Valley. And we're kind of a little jewel. We're in Maynard, but we have an after-school program, and we have summer programming, and we've been growing over the years. So last year, our average daily attendance after school was 87 children. And yesterday, we had 114 children.
Wow.
And these are children who come after school every day. And then over the summer, we have summer programming in 5 different locations across Acton and Maynard. And we staff up. We have a lot of counselors in training, summer counselors who are often club kids who've grown up with us and who are now working for the club. We are an independent nonprofit, even though we are associated with the Boys and Girls Club of America and the 4 million children who are cared for across America. We're independent, financially independent, so we have to fundraise. I think the significant thing about us is that we offer extraordinary rates for our families, and that is $40 a year for after-school childcare. So, and we offer scholarships if a family can't afford it. We try to make sure that no child's left behind. No child. Every child can come and we try to work it out with the family. In the summer, we do the same. We have a scholarship program, and families come in, and if they can't pay the whole cost, we will do our best to help scholarship and then set up a payment plan for the families to pay as they can. And so we're affiliated with the Boys and Girls Club of America, and we are also under, they have a gigantic national program called Great Futures 2025, and their goal is to really double membership by 2025. So it's an extraordinary program. And at really reasonable rates for families. Children are safe. They get homework help. They get physical activity. They come in and they can text their mom, but they have to put their phone away because they need to get outside and play, or be in the gym and play, or do art projects. They need to be active. We actually dismantled our computer lab, not entirely, but we don't want kids on computers. They can do that other places. We want them active, playing, getting to know their friends.
We give them an opportunity to lose weight that way because they'll be exercising outside like we used to do when we were kids.
Exactly. That's what we did growing up.
And
it's a little different now. And there are a lot of dual income families, and so this is a good opportunity. And in schools, they have cut back on recess and physical activity. So we provide that good, solid physical activity.
Why they cut back on, sports, a little activity, even going outside, walk around a little bit? That's very, very important for the young kids.
It's very important, and it's all part of being healthy. Is having that opportunity to get out and move around and get your blood moving, and it's good for everything. And we feel very strongly that kids should be active. They should have that opportunity. And our children are, so our demographic is young. We have a lot of typically we are young for a Boys and Girls Club.
What age?
We start in kindergarten.
Okay.
And we go through age 18.
Wow.
But our group now is young. And last year, out of 87 who came average daily attendance, 20 of them were kindergarten age.
Wow.
And they'd get off the bus or get off the van and come into the club, and you think, oh my gosh, you're so little.
Excited?
So excited, so excited, and so little. but they, you know, they come in, they know what they do, and they come in and they have snack, and they have the afternoon meeting where everybody sits down and talks about what's going to happen during the day. It's a great place, and it's really a wonderful opportunity for families and a good safe place to send your children.
That's very nice. So you're dealing with children that in Acton only, or
No, we mostly after school in Maynard, but we do have this year.
Yeah.
We are piloting a program where a van is bringing Acton children in from the schools.
That's nice.
And so far it's working very well. The difference is it's still $40 a year, so it's $40 for that, but the van itself is $75 a month to pay for the van and pay for the attendant on the van.
I understand, yeah.
So it's a little, but we have a handful of children who've just started, like in the last month, and it's going well. We are cautiously looking at seeing if there's a need for, what kind of need there is in Acton for a Boys and Girls Club, because if there is, we can look at that.
That's nice, really. So you're going to school also to make presentation? You go to any school at all?
Not in the schools, but I have been working with the committees, the town committees.
I see,
the Acton Boxborough Regional.
So they send the word out.
Yeah, working with the schools, the faith organizations, the guidance counselors come in. So trying to get the word out that we're here, we are, let's talk about this. If there's a need, let's talk.
I guess most towns should exercise the same thing you do.
Well, one of the surprising, I've only been in the job for a year, and one of the surprising, the big surprises for me was the towns came and said, can you help us?
Wow.
And so we support not just Maynard and Acton, but Sudbury, Concord, and Stowe. And every town sends their children to us either after school or during the summer primarily for the outlying towns, but so many have a need for after school programming. And
they certainly do.
And so families are strapped. We have dual income families. They get in and they have a house, but they may not be able to afford an expensive after school program.
So how you function then, all this activity that you people do? I'm sure you need, by donation, that's how you
By
function?
Donations. We are entirely, we write grants and we have events, fundraising events. We have donors who help us out, but we are independent, and we're an independent 501c3, which means we're not tethered to anybody else. We make or break ourselves.
Yeah. It's God's work. You people, what you're doing is helping children.
Well, and that's
really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, and part of the reason it's really successful is the staff is extraordinary and dedicated, and they are there all the time, and they have their finger kind of on the pulse of what's going on in the community. They're great.
And the children, when they mingle with each other, they can make friends. And they can, instead of having their computer in their hands, and they can communicate. They can tell story to each other. Whatever. That's nice. They can call each other. It's nice for the children. We had that. We didn't have computer when we were young. We just integrated with the other children.
We played outside.
We play outside, soccer. We played ping pong, basketball.
Right.
And walking on the woods. Just move. Just keep moving, because if you don't move and you sit all the time with the computer, you won't be able to do anything else. You don't meet anybody.
Right.
You got to meet other people.
You do,
nice.
and also, it's bound to happen that you might have a conflict, and you have to learn conflict resolution, and you have to learn how to be a good citizen, and to grow up to be, our staff are role models. They are really youth leaders, and they're just people to admire and look up to, and we want the kids to be that way too.
As they grow, yes, you're right. They mature.
They do.
By intermingle with other children. That's really fantastic.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Anything else would you like to tell us?
We're celebrating our 25th anniversary at Wedgwood Pines Country Club in Stowe on November 16th. And people are welcome to come. We're just inking all the details, but we're going to be honoring our Youth of the Year, Nicole Jones, who is an extraordinary young woman, and also the Concord Rotary, who is our community partner this year. And they're in every month doing activities with the kids, and
Beautiful.
we love the Rotary. So
Thank you.
that's my last
I'm going to ask you to be involved in Rotary also. Come and speak and tell them, Rotary clubs, what you really do, so that maybe some parents in the Rotary Club, they will say, wow, that's a nice thing, you know? Maybe we should get involved.
we would love that. The more, the more volunteers, the better.
Very, very nice. I appreciate it. Anything else you wanted to tell us?
That's it. Thank you for having me.
No problem. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
You're
I
welcome.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I hope you're watching and you learned something. And family with children, they know what they can get in touch with the lady. Would you give us the email? Where they can?
Sure. You can email me at Lynch, LYNCH, at bgcav.org, Boys Girls Club, AssabetValley.org.
That's how you're going to be able to communicate with the young lady here. And if you feel that your children have nothing to do, or they play too much computer or something after school, they can get involved with this young lady here, and they'll be able to meet other children. So it's very, very good what they're doing. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.